It's 8 o'clock in the morning. It's the 13th day of January 2022. It's 60 degrees and foggy here in Ventura County with another gale force wind warning and a fog warning. And it's Thursday, but we have some news that sprung on us overnight. But first, a correction/apology. Earlier this week when I was talking about Mordenkainen here, it's me, it's Mordenkainen. I'm on a horse. In space, holding a basketball, and there's a thing behind me. I don't know what's going on. So I said the number one complaint about the Mordenkainen gift set that's coming out on the 25th was that, where's the single book? Why should I have to pay for the gift book with the other things that I already have? Where's the single book? And I made the mistake of saying, Wizards of the Coast already announced when the single book was coming out. It was coming out like 2 weeks after the box set. Well, somebody called me on that and said, GGM, I can't find anything that says when the single book is coming out. So I went back and checked, and they are correct. It does not, in fact, say the box set, gift set is coming out, and then 2 weeks later, the single Mordenkainen's magnificent multiversal monster guide of stuff you've already seen is coming out. It says the gift box is scheduled to be released on the 25th of January, and the single book will be out later this year. So either I'm suffering from the Mandela effect and I'm remembering a different universe, or I'm just misremembering and my brain just put a date in, or they went back and changed it, because I remember that saying that they did have a release date for the single book, and the box set was supposed to be for Christmas, but they had to push it back because of the COVID and the shipping and the paper and the production and the aliens. But there was going to be a single Mordenkainen's book like 2 weeks after the box set. But now there's a single Mordenkainen's book, and then there's the box set that's coming out on the 25th now. And then the single Mordenkainen's book that's coming out sometime this year. So I apologize if I misled anybody, but I thought they had said a date, but I guess I was wrong, or I'm remembering information from a different universe. Either way, moving on, we have a couple stories that popped up overnight. The first is Kickstarter might be having some competition. Gallant Knight Games is starting their own Kickstarter type program called Gallant Funding. What do we know about this so far? Not much yet. Other than it's being sponsored by Gallant Knight Games. Cannot tell yet if it's just going to be kickstarting their own products or open to anybody. Because some people were complaining about Kickstarter's controversial move to blockchain technology. If you don't know what that means, it means Kickstarter was going to start accepting Bitcoins as ways to pay for product. And because there's so much dark web conspiracy, now they have access to my information, I don't trust cryptocurrency stuff. People were like, I don't know, Kickstarter, if I want to keep doing my stuff on you because I've heard bad things about blockchain. So Gallant Knight Games in response said, okay, we'll do our own because we see an inevitable growth of the market. Other than that, what do we know about it? They're going to do their own Kickstarters first, obviously, stuff that they have planned. And then they're going to do people who support them, like Old Skull Games, who makes stuff for Gallant Knight Games products and stuff like that. So, yeah. Do we know when this thing is going to go live? Looks like it will be going live January 21st at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. And the first couple products will, of course, be Gallant Knight products and Teeny D6 products and products for publishing companies that are closely associated with Gallant Knight Games. We'll see. As of now, it looks like Renegade Studios is still in charge of the Essence D20. The Power Rangers role-playing game is set to be released on in 2 weeks, and Transformers is set to be released on March 22nd. You can pre-order the games now from Renegade Studios and get the PDFs. Of course, now it's saying that the Power Rangers is out of stock. So if you want to pre-order the Power Rangers role-playing game from Renegade Studios using the SNST20 system and the Transformers RPG scheduled for March 2022 release from Renegade Games, you will get the PDFs of Power Rangers and Transformers, though now it says that it is out of stock. So let's see what that means. Power Rangers Rulebook, Game Core Rulebook, pre-order $55. I don't see anything about it saying out of stock. So yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I definitely am going to get this. I mean, was there any question I wasn't? Anybody who knows me knows what a huge Sentai Power Rangers fan I am. So yeah, of course I'm going to get this. Last night we announced they had the full list of Monsters and Mordekainen Presents Monsters of the Multiverse. The list is still up. I will post a link if you want to see it. I made some comments about it last night. Nobody has really given me a reason yet. The main complaint seems to be, this is just stuff we've already seen, so why do I need this? And of course, why do I need to buy the box set? When is the individual book coming out? We have 260 monsters of various types from various books, except of course there seems to be some noticeable book characters missing, and those have been replaced with normal dudes. So instead of Skeleton and Zombie, we have Steve the Archer, Karen the Blacksmith, Luke the martial arts adept, and Susan the Master Thief. Why waste a stat block on normal dudes? Just do the monsters and then use that space for the monsters that you didn't do, like the OG stuff, like skeletons and zombies and gelatinous cube, and then do a separate little sub book for NPC types like Master Thief and put it on DM's Guild for like $8. I don't really understand that, and nobody has been able to explain it to me. But it's only been a day old, so maybe somebody does know why they went this way. The Legend of the Vox Machina trailer was released yesterday. The animation is amazing. The voice acting, of course, is amazing. We can expect the first episode on January 28th over on Amazon Prime. It looks fun. And it definitely shows that, yeah, people can die and get hurt in D&D. I'm seeing a lot of complaints from the 5e crowd that, oh, this is just dick and fart and middle finger jokes, and that's not how people play D&D. Or that is how people play D&D. And that's not the way we play D&D. Or people now think D&D is just dick and fart and middle finger jokes. Well, I, for one, think it's great. It's a red band trailer. It's filled with foul language. It's filled with middle fingers, and it's filled with blood and guts. And it looks like an actual D&D game, like a bunch of incompetent idiots running around and players, doing puns and dick jokes, and if I have, getting in fights with each other and doing the wrong thing, and it looks like a typical normal D&D game. And if anything, I think that's great because, it's showing that D&D is a game. It's not therapy. It can be therapeutic, but it's not therapy. It's not a life path. It's not some form of worship. It's not what Gary wanted, and you're a horrible person if you don't play that way. It's not, a 22-page backstory and an in-depth, deep, emotional arc. It's a bunch of goofballs playing their characters, trying to survive in the world, showing, yes, you can get killed. Yes, you can make mistakes. Yes, your actions have consequences. And yes, at the end of the day, it's a bunch of elves with sticks. And yeah, sure, have your floating hand make a middle finger. Use your spells to write your name in the sky. Make a dick joke or a fart joke or mispronounce somebody's name to insult them. What? Your name is Rectum? No, Ransom. I heard Rectum. Your name is Ransom? That's a stupid name. Why would your parents name you after the thing you charge somebody to get their kid back after you've kidnapped him? Unless you are the Rance. Yeah, I mean, it's not dark, it's not serious, it's not 22-page backstory. So if the complaint is, well, this is why people think D&D is dick and fart jokes. Well, D&D is dick and fart jokes. It's a game. At least that's what I think. So if anything, I'm all for this if it actually sort of breaks the whole Critical Role as holy whatever, and this is the way you have to play, and, you know, the in-depth emo. If it breaks that and actually just shows the critters, hey, it's just a fucking game. Chill out. Great. So that's some news. We'll be back later this morning with today's reviews, because I did say that Tuesdays and Thursdays were more about reviews and editorials than about stuff. There's been a request for me to show my live plays of my actual games. So is that something you want to see? Me and the 4 idiots I play with on a semi-regular basis, goofing around, trying to muddle through a D&D type game? If that's something that actually interests you, if I can convince them to be okay with it, sure, I could post that. I don't know. It seems like it's overdone, and there are already so many live plays, and there already are videos of me live playing on other sites. But if that's something you want to see, let me know. Till next time, what do you think of this week's news? Do you think the Gallet funding Kickstarter competitor has any wheels? Are you going to support the Power Rangers Transformers RPGs? Are you glad that Hasbro is not touching them? What do you think about the Mordecaians monsters, and what do you think about the Legend of Vox Machina trailer if you haven't seen it yet? Links down below to all these things. Of course, if I remember, till next time, I'm the OG GM. If you like the words that are coming out of my mouth, let me know. If you don't like the words that are coming out of my mouth, let me know, because I can't fix it if you don't tell me what's broken. And I'm definitely open to criticism as long as it's constructive. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Help me hit 1,000 subs by August 4th, and we'll do something crazy. And of course, get out of my inner space with your horse and your basketball.